Hey guys, we're headed to Cannon Beach on Oregon's coast.
We set out from our home in the suburbs west of Portland to make the hour-and-a-half drive to Cannon Beach.
One thing about where we live is it's only an hour and a half either to the mountains or to the beach.
Fresh water. What's supposed to be so good about this water?
I don't know, but look at all that water that guy had. Did you see all this? I don't know, but people come to get, they have it too. I don't know.
We stayed 3 nights at Cannon Beach RV Resort and spent 2.5 days at Cannon Beach. There are only 2 RV parks in Cannon Beach, and they both book up way in advance. We were able to get this one on a last-minute cancellation.
We made a separate video to review the Cannon Beach RV Resort, and it includes some important information about parking RVs in Cannon Beach or at Tolabana Beach State Recreation Site. So if you're going to visit Cannon Beach in an RV, be sure and watch that video. See the link in the description. After getting the RV set up, we headed into town to go get some fish and chips. I tried fish and chips at 3 different places during our visit, and I'll tell you which one I liked best later in the video. Our first stop was at Tom's Fish and Chips on Hemlock Street.
Tom's Fish and Chips is an order-at-the-counter casual restaurant in downtown Cannon Beach, serving fish and chips, classic burgers, and craft beer on tap.
How's it look?
It looks tasty.
The prices are on the low side for what I would have expected in downtown Cannon Beach, and the food was good. My only complaint is that the fries were not crunchy, but I ate them anyway.
Of course you did. Next, we headed down the street to MacGregor's Whisky Bar. MacGregor's is an upscale cocktail lounge with craft cocktails and 200 liquors from around the world. We ordered a couple drinks and some street tacos. It was good, but it was expensive.
Back at the RV, we tuned into our favorite YouTube channel.
Hey look, there's a new episode of Jim and Julie's Adventures.
Let's watch it.
These guys are awesome.
I know. I can't wait to watch. I can't wait to see what they're going to do.
I love their adventures.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're headed to Haystack Rock to see if we can get some pictures this morning without a bunch of people in them.
We'll see how that works out.
This is the early bird gets the worm.
Haystack Rock is one of Oregon's most recognizable beach landmarks.
It is located 1.5 miles south of downtown Cannon Beach. It is right on the beach, and at low tide you can walk right up to it.
Interesting fact, the area was actually temporarily closed in July of 2023 after a cougar was photographed on the rock in search of prey. It was actually a big news story around here.
Haystack Rock is 235 feet tall and is the nesting site for a lot of different types of birds, including the tufted puffins.
Down on the beach around the tide pools, you can find starfish, crabs, sea slugs, and other creatures.
After Haystack Rock, we headed to Hug Point, but first we went back to town to go to the Cannon Beach Bakery for coffee and some pastries.
Cannon Beach Bakery is located in downtown Cannon Beach and has been there for over 80 years. It's a full-service bakery that uses local vendors. The pastries and coffees were well worth the extra calories. After the bakery, we headed to Hug Point.
Let's go.
Hey, where are we going?
We're going to Hug Point.
Hug Point is located 4.5 miles south of Cannon Beach. The parking lot is large, there is no fee to park there, and they have bathrooms.
Hey, look, a man cave.
This is not what I meant when I said I wanted a man cave.
This one's a she cave.
Don't miss the small waterfall right before Hug Point. The surrounding area and beach have incredible views and landscape.
This is the entrance to Hug Point.
I was excited to go to Hug Point because who doesn't like a hug?
You want a hug?
It actually got its name in the late 19th centuries from stagecoaches that used the beach as a highway and had to hug this particular point to get around it, hence the name Hug Point. I still might have tried to get a hug anyway.
Do you want a hug?
The Oregon coast is known for its beauty. There are 362 miles of coastline that include sandy beaches, unique rock formations, and sand dunes. In 2023, 29 million people visited the Oregon coast.
We're not in Hawaii. It's cold.
If you've enjoyed our video so far, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It would help us out and we would appreciate it. Unfortunately, there's no hug button.
You want a hug?
And please consider subscribing to our channel. It helps us continue to make more videos. Ollie enjoyed running free on the beach for the first time.
There is more to come, including coffee and food in Cannon Beach, a hike, and Ecola State Park.
Comes the cameraman. Or my paparazzi. Which one is it?
I'm your paparazzi.
We headed back to the RV to get ready for dinner at the Pelican Brewing Company.
This is roughing it, doing dishes by hand.
We walked the half mile from our RV to the Pelican Brewing Company for dinner and drinks. It's a family-friendly, dog-friendly place with a relaxed atmosphere with indoor and outdoor dining. It has its own brewing facilities with 20 taps at the bar and a 12-tap growler. They also have a killer root beer and some great cocktails.
I got fish and chips again, and they were good.
We hung out at the RV for the evening and prepared for the hike in the morning.
You want to go hiking? Do you want to go hiking? Okay.
Let's go. What's the name of this hike?
This is the Neahkahnia Mountain, South Neahkahnia. It's 3.4 miles round trip, although at the bottom the sign says 1.3 to the top. All Trails says it's a little over 1,000 feet. At the top, I guess it's kind of a scramble.
1,000 feet elevation.
Elevation gain, yeah. At the top, it's kind of a scramble from what I read. So maybe that the 1.3 isn't to the tip top. I guess we'll find out.
The Neahkahnia Trail Hike is 13 miles south of Cannon Beach. The parking is free, and there is a link in the description for the parking area.
There are several different trail options to get to the summit. We went straight to the summit and back, which ended up being 3.13 miles round trip, with an elevation gain of 928 feet. It was a great hike through the dense, lush forest of trees, ferns, and moss, which opens up to an awesome panoramic ocean view at the top.
It's not a race to the top.
Oh, it's not?
No.
We got a later start than we usually do, so we shared the view with other hikers at the top.
Okay, hike is over. Now we're headed to Cannon Beach to go to the coffee shop and go to the beach. And we're gonna go to Ecola State Park. We'll see how that goes.
We just got finished with the hike. We didn't do the loop. We just went to the summit and back. And it was 3.13 miles round trip.
After the hike, we went to Ecola State Park, made popular because of the Goonies. It was quite the view. Heading back into town, we went to get coffee at the Sleepy Monk coffee shop because of the rave reviews. We skipped going the day before because the line was so long. Unfortunately, they are closed on Tuesdays through Thursdays. So we went into downtown Cannon Beach to Insomnia Coffee instead. I ordered the dirty hippie chai suggested by a friend. Here is a view of the beach access from downtown Cannon Beach. We went to dinner at Bill's Tavern and Brewhouse, not Tom's Brewhouse.
We're at Tom's Brewhouse and Jim's doing chips, fish and chips.
It's Bill's.
Oh,
It's Bill's Tavern Brewhouse. You started drinking yet?
no.
We're at Bill's Tavern Brewhouse.
It's windy.
Third Fish and Chips.
And-
Give you the detail.
And I'm doing clam chowder.
Good.
Clam chowder's good too.
The verdict is in, and Bill's fish and chips were the best of the three. I saved the best for last.
We had a great time visiting Cannon Beach. We have more fun travels ahead. Hopefully you will join us for the next one. Until then, happy travels.
You want to go that way. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're headed to Haystack Rock to see if we can get some pictures this morning before the crowds.
And when you put your seatbelt on, so the chime
yeah.
stops.